Hey everybody, this is Ben with BRG Music. I'm going to do another video in my series of permutations of 5. It's been a while. This is part 39 out of 120. This is a pretty cool little permutation. It's like whatever chord you have, and then whatever your second chord of the mode is, and then like a variation of the root chord in the mode. But just as a finger practice exercise, it's really cool. Our permutation today is 2 4 5 2 4 3 1 5. Think about the fret 2 4 3 1 5. So if you remember, we're using the first 5 notes in any of the modes, and in this case we're using the F, the G, the A, the B flat, and the C in the Ionian mode. Remember, key of F for all these. Just to keep it simple, Ionian through Locrian. All right, so the first pattern starts like this. The 2 is the 3rd fret of the low E string. The 4 is your B flat on the 1st fret of the A. Your 3 is the 5th fret of the E string. Your 1 is, of course, the 1st fret of the E string. And then you finish with the 3rd fret of the A string for the 5, which is the C. So that pattern looks like this. Just kind of resolve it there at the root. Anyway, so moving on to the next mode, the Dorian mode. Same kind of thing. The only thing that changes is we're going to use the 6th fret because our shape is different. We're going to play the 5th fret of the low E, 3rd fret of the A, the 6th fret of the E, 3rd fret of the E, 5th fret of the A. Like that. So moving on, Phrygian's next, my favorite mode, always has been. I used to think I overused it, but I forced myself to learn everything else because I kept relying on the Phrygian mode, but still my favorite, or any variation thereof, you know, Phrygian dominant and whatnot. So this looks like this. It's going to be 6 to 5, 6 on the low E, 5 on the A. And then we're going to do the 8th fret to the 5th fret of the low E. We're going to play the 7th fret of the A string. I like this one because it's a 4-finger exercise. Which is pretty, you know, easy for me to execute because of the shape. And I also like the sound of it. But moving on, next one. This is another one I really like the sound of, the Lydian mode. This is very Rush, you know. So we're going to do the Lydian mode starting with the 8th fret of the low E string, the 7th fret of the A string. Then we're going to go to the 10th fret of the low E, back to the 6th fret of the low E, and finish with the 8th fret of the A. So. Like that. Okay, now we're on to the Mixolydian mode, and since we're using just the first 5 notes of each mode, this one looks just like the Ionian, only we're clear up here at the 8th position. So it's going to be 10 on the low E, 8 on the A, 12 to 8 on the low E, and then 10 again on the A. That takes us to the next mode, which is our Aeolian mode, or natural minor. This is going to be starting, we're at the 10th position, starting on the 12th fret. So it's going to be 12 on the low E, 10 on the A, 13 to 10 on the low E, and then 12 on the A. All right, moving on. Final mode before things repeat. The Locrian, we're going to be in the 12th position, starting on the 13th fret with our middle finger. It's going to be 13 on the low E, 12 on the A, 15 to 12 on the low E, and finish with 13 on the A. Now we're back to the Ionian mode. And we just repeat everything. Of course, when I get higher on the neck, I change my fingering. Typically, I like to use my 3 fingers here. I, for years, would play with all 4 fingers up here in a standard position. And I would run into lead parts I couldn't play. And then years later, figured out that, you know, most players are using 3 fingers to do those things. Only calling on the pinky when there's stretching involved, you know. Like stuff like that. You know, I would do like with my... You know, rather than using the ring finger. And some of the diminished patterns especially, I could not nail, like Yngwie Malmsteen diminished patterns until I, you know, watched him play. And he's obviously a bigger dude than I am. His hands are bigger, but he's using the first 3 fingers to do stuff even down here. Anyway, that's enough about that. I kind of digressed there. But, so the pattern is 2, 4, 3, 1, 5. Okay, that's this week's pattern. Like that. You can do them however you want, but get this one down. There's a whole lot more to come, and I hope you enjoyed it. Website is brgmusic.com. Our phone number is 515-329-0120. You can reach me by email at benbrgmusic@gmail.com. I love talking shop with everybody. Drop something in the comments if you like it. If you hate it, whatever, it's all good. Anyway, the guitar today is, of course, the Dean Select V with it's the trans black version, and I've got the EMG headset in it right now, and it really sounds good. It's got massive strings on it, like up to 52, and I've got the action a little higher than I typically would play some of these lead ideas, but it's really fun to play rhythms on, you know. So anyway, enough about that. I hope you enjoyed the video. Watch, I've got more coming. Thank you.